Heart chooses, but brain deny. His name from J.K.'s mouth, it sounded like a melody to die. He lost in the moment. His heart was racing, happy for seeing him again, but his mind denied the feelings and making him realize his past. Theung sat on the sofa, the posture perfect, tailored suit, sharp as always, but his eyes, they betrayed him. They kept stealing, glancing at Jungkook was politely serving tea to the guests with a soft smile. Jungkook's heart was pounding. Of all people, they did it have to him, the stranger from the rainy day, the man whose voice was quietly more beautiful when he thought no one heard. The word echoed in Jungkook's mind like a secret only he was supposed to keep. Theung's mother beamed proudly. So, Theung, what do you think about the boy? Ty didn't answer right away. He looked at Jungkook straight into the eyes and seemed calmly. He seemed sincere. It wasn't a compliment, not in the usual sense, but for someone like Theong, it meant everything. Jungkook smiled shyly, his cheeks tinted with pink. The family continued their cheerful conversation and aware of the quiet storm between them. Later that night, Jungkook's bedroom. Jungkook sat on his bed, knees pulled to his chest, pulling phone glowing into his hand. He had just received a text from his mother. They liked you, Jungkook. They want to proceed. What do you think? Bit his lips. Did he want to marry someone who barely spoke, someone so unreadable? Yet he couldn't forget the way Theong had looked at him like he was made of light. Theong penthouse. Theong stood by the window, city lights flickering between them. He remembered the way Jungkook had said his name, Theong. It sang like warmth in the cold chambers of his secret. He handed how much he remembered it. He hated how he made it feel, but most of all, he hated how much he wanted to hear it again. His phone buzzed for his mother. I told them yes. Theong didn't reply. He just whispered to himself, "Why did it have to be you?" Engagement ceremony. The house was filled with the soft laughter, traditional music, and the clicking of the jewelry. Jungkook stood nervously in front of the mirror, adjusting his sherwani. He looked like a dream, and he doesn't even know it. Suddenly, he heard a knock. Turning around, he found Theong standing there, looking real and composed. For a moment, silence wrapped around him. "You look presentable." Theong said flattery. Jungkook clutched. Jungkook, thanks. I guess that's the most I could get from you. Jung stepped closer, his voice low. "I don't know how to do this. I'm not used to it." Letting someone in, Jung looked up at him, heart softening. "Then let's not rush. Let's just walk together one step at a time." Jung stared at him, searching for any side of hidden motives, but he couldn't find one. For the first time in years, he let himself believe maybe the boy wasn't like the rest. He reached up, brushing a loose strand of hairs from Jung's forehead. You're in trouble," he mumbled, "and you're cold," Jung said. After their engagement, their families decided it as important for them to get to know each other despite their usual residence to anything emotional. He didn't object. First date. A quiet cafe. It was a cozy little place with warm lighting and soft music. Jungkook ordered something sweet while Taeyang stuck to black coffee. Jungkook teased, "You ever try something sweet?" Taeyang stared at him for a moment. "I don't like sugar, but maybe I can try it today." He took a bite of Jungkook's cake and without expression simply nodded. "Not bad." Jungkook giggled. "Coming from you, that's basically a compliment." Taeyong looked at him, and for a moment something almost like a smile tugged at the corner of his lips. Second date, a family picnic. Their families dragged him into a Sunday outing at the park. Kids were running, adults were chatting, and Taeyong were laughing. Jungkook were laughing with Taeyong's younger cousin. Taeyong watched afar quietly. He didn't join in, but something about seeing Jungkook played so effortlessly warm melted his heart. That when they walked a bit away from the crowd, Jungkook looked up at him and said, "You don't talk much, do you?" Taeyong sniggled. "I observe you talk enough for both of us." Jungkook pouted. "You're impossible to handle," jokingly. But Taeyong replied, you're still here." Jungkook blinked, surprised at the subtle flirt, and smiled softly. "Yeah, I am. A little shy." One rainy afternoon, Taeyong's mother handed a carefully packed lunchbox to Jungkook. "Go take this to him. He forgot to eat. He's working and don't take no as an answer." Nervous but excited, Jungkook reached the towering building of Kim Corporation, umbrella in one hand and lunch in another. When he arrived at the receptionist desk, the secretary, a sharply dressed woman with a stern look, raised an eyebrow. "Yes. Who do you have an appointment?" "No, I'm Jungkook. I come to lunchbox to Taeyong." She narrowed her eyebrows. She didn't accept personal visits. "You need to schedule." Before she could finish, a deep voice echoed from behind them. "He doesn't need an appointment." The secretary turned sharply. "Sir." Thungwa toward them, his gaze sharp, but stopping next to Chunky. He placed a firm yet protective hand on Jungkook's face, causing the younger to feel slightly. "He's my fiancé." The room went silent for a second. Theong looked at the secretary and looked at him, and any time he comes. Then turned to Jungkook, his voice softened just a little. You came all the way here. Did you walk in rain again? Jungkook looked down, mumbling a little. Without a word, Hyung took his hand and led him to the private office. The warmth from his palm lingering long after. Inside, Hyung gestured for Jungkook to sit on the couch while he took off his blazer and rolled up his sleeves. Jungkook opened the lunch nearly packed by Hyung's mom. She said, You skip meals, I get busy. Still, Jungkook pouted, handing him chopsticks. You should eat. I won't leave until you do. Hyung raised an eyebrow. You're getting bossy. Jungkook smiled sweetly. I'm just getting used to being your fiance. For the first time that day, Hyung let out a soft chuckle, and I'm getting used to something caring like this. It's new. Jungkook looked at him quietly. You will get used to it. Even though Theong wasn't someone who enjoyed chatting, he found himself waiting for Jungkook's goodnight text every morning. 11:30 p.m. Jungkook, you should sleep early. See you name Theong. I will sleep when I finish work. Jungkook, you say that every night. Eat and sleep properly, or I will show up again with lunch and lecture you in front of your staff. Theong smiled, trailing it. Theong, you wouldn't dare. Jungkook, try me. Good night, Grumpy. A pause. Theong, good night, pretty. Jungkook stared at the screen, his cheeks turning crimson. One weekend, Jungkook was invited to Theong's family home for dinner. He wore a sweet, soft cream sweater and brought homemade sweets with him, feeling both excited and nervous. Theong's parents welcomed him warmly, especially his mother, who had already grown fond of him. Dinner was filled with laughter and warmth. Jungkook fit in so naturally, helping in the kitchen, chatting with Theong's dad about music and even joking with the house staff. Theong watched quietly for a distance, feeling something heavy shift in his chest. He brings light with him whenever he goes. After dinner, the sky turned dark and the wind picked up so heavy and started pounding on the windows, followed by the loud thunder. Their mother phoned, There's no way I'm letting you go, drive in the weather, Jungkook. I'll be fine. It's not so far nonsense. His father added, You're staying here. Before Jungkook could protest, his mother chimed in with this teasing grin. You can sleep in Theong's room. It's going to be yours anyway. Might as well get used to it. Theong's eyes widened at his cheeks flamed red. Theong behind him choked slightly on his tea and cleared his throat. Theong, ma. But they both ended up silently reaching to Theong's room. Jungkook stood by the window watching the storm while Theong changed into casual clothes. You okay? Theong asked, noticing the nervous energy in the room. Jungkook turned and nodded shyly. Yeah, just never thought I would end up in your room like this. Theong smiled slightly. You're making it sound like something will happen. Jungkook's eyes widened. I don't mean it like that. Theong chuckled softly and walked away, handing him a towel. You're cute when you panic. They sat side by side on the edge of the bed, listening to the thunder. Jungkook whispered, this feels oddly comforting, like maybe this is where I'm supposed to be. Theong turned his head, eyes softer than ever. You are a beat past. Would it be okay if I fall for you? Jungkook asked in a near whisper. Theong fingers gently pressed against Theong's hand. I'm already afraid I am. The rain had stopped and morning sunlight gently peeked through the curtains. Jungkook stayed awake, eyes fluttering open. He blinked in confusion for a moment before remembering where he was in Theong's room on Theong's bed with Theong. He sat up slowly, only to realize he had fallen asleep on the same bed, side by side, with a noticeable distance between them, but still close enough that their hands had brushed at some point in the night. Theong was still asleep, his features soft, calmer, completely different from the stoic CEO Jungkook usually saw. His lashes long, lips parted slightly, hair a little messy. He looks peaceful. Just as Jungkook was about to get up quietly, Theong's deep, sleepy voice cut through the air. You stay too much. Jungkook froze. You were awake. Theong smirked, but still not opening his eyes. I could feel your eyes. You're not subtle. I wasn't. Ah, never mind. Theong finally opened his eyes and looked at him for a moment. Neither of them spoke. Then Theong, just sleep. You slept well. Jungkook nodded. Better than I thought I would. I told you. Theong whispered, voice unusually calm. This place is going to be yours. So get used to it. That evening, after dropping Jungkook home, Theong said he must text something. He really did. Theong, can we talk? They ended up on a call late night. Theong's voice was quieter than usual. I wasn't always like this, he admitted, cold, guarded. Jungkook listened gently. The person I was with before, he didn't love me. He loved the company, my name, my power. I thought it was real until he used me. A pause. He sold information to my competitors, smiled while doing it. Jungkook asked Taehyung, I'm scared to trust again, to need someone and lose everything again. Jungkook whispered, then let me prove I'm not like him. Let me show you it's okay to be soft again. Taehyung didn't say anything, but that night he slept better than he had in years.